In this part of video, I am going to discuss about the pole pitch, full pitch, short pitch winding, coil span. These are the very important factor to decide the armature winding in DC machine. And for this DC machine, we need to know what is the coil span, what is the short pitch, what is full pitch, and other things which we are going to discuss. So let us see what is before going to discuss this, some thing we should know how it operates. Let us see like a turn. What is turn? A turn has basically consists of two conductors connected end to end by a wire called a conductor. Means a turn has two conductors and they are connected end to end. And a coil basically consists of many such turns. If many such turns like this, if this is a turn, I am just drawing here. If this is a turn, these two portions are called conductor. This is conductor. And if so many turns are there, then this becomes coil. Means coil is the many turns connected in series form coil. Winding is that when coils are connected in series, they form winding, as shown in the next slide. You see here conductors, winding and coils are shown here. See, in this part, this is a conductor. S is a starting and F is finished. A starting point, it is going like this, and this makes a turn. It is a single turn and there are two conductors. I mean, in one turn, two conductors are there. And in coil, you see here, in coil, this portion starts here, it goes like this, coming here, going, then here, then here, then again here, here, like this it is coming, and finally it is coming at this point. So a coil is a many turns make a coil, and they are connected in series. In same way, here you see this is one coil, this is another coil, this is another coil, and there are another so many coil, and this is a final coil. All are connected in series. This final point is, this is here, final point is connected to a starting point. So all these windings, all these coils are connected in series. So this connection is known as winding. So in turn there is a two conductor, this, and in coil many turns are there, and many turns, then many turns, then many turns, all are connected in series, then it forms winding. Now total number of conductor. Okay, how we can find the total number of conductor? So total number of conductor can be very easily found as seen in our previous slide. Each coil consists of a number of turns, that is called loop of the wire, each turn taped and insulated from the other turns and from the rotor slots. Means each turn, suppose this is one turn, another turn, like this. So these portion actually are in contact, but electrically they are not in contact. Physically they are in contact, but they are isolated or insulated from by putting some insulator on this winding, so that electrical short circuit does not take place. So they are mechanically in contact, but electrically they are not in contact, insulated from each other and from the rotor slots. In the rotor there is a slot on which windings are placed, rotor slots. So each turn of each side of a turn is called a conductor. Each side of a turn. There are how many sides? Two sides. One side, another side. So each side is called a conductor. So in one turn, how many conductors? Two conductors are there. Two conductors. In one turn, there are two conductors. Number of conductors on a machine is given by this formula. Z equal to 2C multiplied by NC. Where Z equal to number of conductors on the rotor, C is number of coil on the rotor, NC is number of turns per coil. Number of turns per coil. So C equal to number of coils on the rotor. What does it mean? C equal to number of coils on rotor. Coil. How many coils are there? So that is decided by C. And coil has many turns that I have seen in previous slide. Coil has like this. If this is a coil, it has many turns. And when another such many turns coil, these are connected in series, another many turn coil, these are connected in series, so they form windings. This is called winding. So now what will happen? So this you can very easily you can see 2 is coming because a single turn, this single turn has two conductor. So 2 is multiplied by conductor and NC is number of turns per coil. So this is total number of conductors. Now what is coil? A span. You can very easily you can see what is coil. What is coil span? You see, it's very important part. Normally a coil span 180 electrical degrees. I will tell you what is electrical degree and what is mechanical degree. So a coil span means, this means that when one side is under the center of a given magnetic pole, the other side is under the center of a pole of opposite polarity. So 100 electrical degree, what is meaning of 100 electrical degree? Suppose I am writing here two poles. One is north pole, another is south pole, and a conductor is here, and this conductor is rotated. Suppose this conductor is like this, and this conductor is being rotated. So once this conductor is rotated, what will happen? Suppose I put conductor like this. This is a conductor in. This is a conductor. Although there are many turns, but I suppose it is single turn. So magnetic flux will go like this. So it is parallel. So at this instant, the induced EMF is 0. Here also induced EMF is 0. Once it is starting rotating, suppose I start rotate like this. So once it start rotating, and suppose 90 degree it is rotated, so its position will be like this, 90 degree rotated. Another again, let it be A, this position be B. So 90 degree rotated, so B will be here and A will be here. Another 90 degree rotation, suppose it happen. So what will happen? B will be here and A will be here. Another 90 degree rotation is come, so the position will be like this. So B will be here, A will be here. If you take another 90 degree rotation, so what will happen? B will be here, A will be here. So this initial position came 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree. Means 360 degree you are rotating. So the position of the conductor came in original. So what will happen? At this position there is no induced EMF. If you draw the curve for induced EMF, so initially there is no induced EMF. Once this start rotating like this, the induced EMF start to build. At 90 degree induced EMF is maximum. It is 90 degree maximum flux cut, so induced EMF will be maximum. So after that induced EMF start decreasing, and again 90 degree this position will come. Again it will be in parallel, so induced EMF will be 0. And again if you rotate it negative direction, it goes like this. So this is pi, this is 2 pi. So this voltage generation 2 pi makes you that this angle is electrical radian. This is called electrical radian. or you convert then 360 degree electrical. But you see what you are doing here is you are rotating this mechanically also 180 degree. You are rotating it also mechanically 180 degree from this 360 degree mechanically you are rotating, then 360 electrical degree also obtained. Mechanically rotating, then induced EMF in the conductor also rotates 360 degree. So in this case number of pole is P equal to 2. So electrical angle and mechanical angle is same here, electrical and mechanical angle. But this does not happen every time. Suppose now we are giving 4 poles in place of 2 poles. Now 4 poles are given here. So once here we are applying 4 poles like this. This is north, south, north, south. So like this I'm putting. So in this case you see if a conductor is there here, and if you rotate mechanically 360 degree, mechanically rotate it 360 degree, electrical rotation will not be 360 degree, because one north and one south pole constitute 100 electrical 80 degree, 180 electrical degree one north and south pole constitute. So this 180 degree, then again south and north constitute 180 degree, this also 180 degree, this also 180 degree, this also 180 degree. So totally how much angle? Electrical angle will be 720 degree electrical. But mechanical is 360 degree mechanical. Means you are rotating this one time, the 360 angle will be there. But electrical angle will be 720 degree. So this is physically you can correlate this relation theta electrical equal to P by 2 theta m, where theta is E is electrical angle in degree, theta m is mechanical angle in degrees, and P equal to number of poles on the armature. So if you verify, if suppose P equal to 2, poles equal to 2, then theta E equal to 2 by 2 into theta m. 2 by 2 cancel out, so theta E equal to theta m. So mechanical angle and electrical angle will be same only when there are only 2 poles on the machine. But if pole is 4, as explained here, but if P equal to 4, then from this equation what will be the value? Theta E will be equal to P by 2. P is how much? 4 into theta m. So it is twice of theta m. What does it mean? If you rotate theta m by 360 degree, the electrical angle will be 720 degree as given here. So mechanical and electrical angle has a difference. 180 electrical degree is formed only when north and south pole is traced by a conductor. So electrical angle will be 180 degree for a north and south pole as shown here. But mechanical angle, if you consider, if you rotate from here to here, how much mechanical angle will be there? If you rotate this conductor, so mechanical angle will be 90 degree. Rotating here, again rotating here, mechanical angle will be 90 degree. Again rotating here, so mechanical angle will be 90 degree. Again rotating, mechanical angle will be 90 degree. So for a complete rotation, mechanical angle in every situation will be 360 degree for a complete rotation. But electrical angle will be only 180 degree if a single north-south pole pair is traveled, then it will be 180 degree. So it is shown here. So one north-south pole, as I explained here, it constitute you 360 degree electrical, and voltage induced in this conductor will be like this. So this is the difference between mechanical and electrical angle.